Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today the internet might explode. At least it's looking that way so far, because Twitch.tv might be selling itself for over $1 billion to YouTube, which is pretty interesting. And this happened yesterday, this whole thing was revealed, and it's kind of a rumor, honestly, at this point, and I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon too early, like everyone else seems to have done, and start discussing it. Of course, it's alright to discuss it, but, you know, it's just a rumor. It might not actually be happening. You know, neither Microsoft nor Twitch.tv have confirmed it, even as of now. But it's been a day, so no more has come out other than Twitch.tv might be selling itself to YouTube for over $1 billion. Now, don't let me kid you here. I'm not the biggest Twitch viewer. I have a Twitch channel. I've live streamed maybe once, maybe twice even. I don't follow anybody on Twitch. I'm not subscribed to anybody on Twitch. You know, I'm not too much of a live stream person, right? But I recognize what Twitch is in the gaming world. You know, I work on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. I've been here for 3 years. I understand the impact and the power that Twitch has and the good things that it brings to the community, right? I understand that. And a lot of people are upset that they're going to be selling themselves to YouTube, or supposedly, right? Just assume everything I say in this video is supposedly, because it's not really confirmed yet. What would happen if Twitch were to come over to YouTube? Now, a lot of people were upset yesterday on Twitter. If you guys have a Twitter, rest in peace Twitch was actually trending, and that was kind of funny because the internet being the internet, as soon as anything happens, it becomes a big deal and it gets its own hashtag. And it was definitely an ordeal. Here's what I think about YouTube trying to buy Twitch, right? So the first thing that comes to mind, I think it comes to a lot of people's other people's minds as well, is that this is kind of an idea of a monopoly, right? YouTube is by far like the #1 video streaming site on the internet, right? And I'm not talking about live stream, but I'm talking videos being streamed here. Right, YouTube is definitely the biggest. And then Twitch, which is kind of a bit of a competition to YouTube, especially on the live stream role and on the ad impressions role. Twitch is kind of getting up there. And so then YouTube just comes in and is like, all right, let's just buy that. Right, and I think they're actually working on trying to figure out how they're going to buy that, because they're fully expecting the government to come in and say, hey, you're owning a whole lot of stuff here. It's kind of what Microsoft used to have back in the day. They just kind of seem to own everything. And if they were to go ahead and take over Twitch, well, who knows what would happen with there. What would realistically happen from Twitch? Now, will they add Google+? That's what a lot of people are worried. You're going to need to sign into your Google+ to be able to use your Twitch account and be able to participate in the chat or be able to follow people. It could happen. It could definitely happen where they try and link your Google+ with your Twitch account. But with how badly that went before for them, I really don't feel as though it's actually going to be the case anymore. I kind of think they understand that no one really cares about Google+. Of course, there's some people out there that use Google+, and there's some people that are actually active on Google+, and they use it as their means of social media. They use it kind of like as a Facebook almost, and that's cool. They can go ahead and do that. You guys may be one of them. But the majority of the people don't really like that, and I think Google finally gets that. Instead of jamming it down your throats, they're just going to kind of say, hey, you have the option to do this, and then maybe give you some kind of a perk to be able to make you want to link up your Google+ account with your Twitch account. Because the reason I want that is that they can track you as a person and see the kind of things that you're interested in, so they can give you targeted advertising, and that targeted advertising can work a bit better and make them more money. So that's the whole point of it. And speaking of advertising, people wonder like why YouTube would want this. You know, of course, it's like the idea of like taking over the entire realm of video making on the internet by owning YouTube and Twitch, like the two biggest ones, right? But I think a big part of it too is money. And of course it's money, but this is my theory on the entire idea of the money. So YouTube, while we love it, let's admit it, it's full of ADD sugar rush kids. Right? All of them. The audience retention on like an average YouTube video where, you know, the person watches the video before they end up stop watching a video is probably 3 to 5 minutes long. Where somebody will watch a video, and then between 3 and 5 minutes they'll stop watching that video, even if it's, you know, longer than that. It's just because people are kind of just jumping video to video, they're kind of checking all different stuff out. Whereas on Twitch, it's a bit different. It's a bit different on Twitch, where you see a live stream of your favorite streamer, or if you're finding something that's going on, there's an event or something happening, you're kind of there for the long haul. It's a bit more long form, right, when you're watching a live stream on Twitch. So I feel as though they're after that kind of a market, because the advertising can definitely be better if the audience retention is higher, right? That makes any sense? So it's a good idea for them to try and take Twitch for that reason. It's a good idea for them to try and want to have more ad impressions. Of course, when you think of like an advertisement on YouTube or Twitch, you kind of think, oh wow, that's a streamer, the YouTuber getting paid. But the company actually gets a bit of that profit. Every time you see an ad impression on YouTube, YouTube's getting part of that money, if not most of that money. On Twitch, same thing. Twitch is the exact same thing. I feel as though this acquisition is not going to be the end of the world for Twitch. Everyone seems to be kind of upset and worried about that. There's actually some positives that can come out of this. Now think of it this way. When League of Legends streams and has a big event, Twitch kind of breaks. And that would not happen if YouTube owned Twitch. YouTube has a ridiculous amount of money they can pump into Twitch, and that's a good thing. Twitch themselves, they were kind of a startup company, and they've actually been wildly successful. Don't get me wrong on that. But they do have a bunch of issues on different ends. Mostly when too many people are trying to come to their site, or sometimes there's buffering issues. Once again, not the biggest streamer, not the biggest Twitch viewer. This is just stuff I see while I watch podcasts, and occasionally I would watch XCal play Battlefield 4. I used Twitch a lot during Battlefield 4's initial release, and I would notice things like that. But I feel as though it would be a bit better, because as long as YouTube themselves doesn't go in there and try and change everything, as long as YouTube basically says, all right, we now back Twitch, now let's take Twitch and we're going to make it so it's running on our super mega servers or something, and I'm not even going to pretend like I know how any of that works, but let's make it so we put Twitch on our super mega servers, and now Twitch doesn't lag, it doesn't buffer anymore, because YouTube, while everyone likes to kind of complain, oh wow, the video's buffering, you mean hundreds of millions of videos that are on YouTube right now, and it rarely has issues in terms of a buffering. And trust me, I'm on YouTube every day. Some people like to act like YouTube's the worst thing in the world. YouTube's been more than a hobby for me for over 3 years now. I think I know the ins and outs of it a little bit, especially whether or not it's good to watch videos on. And YouTube runs pretty well most of the time. And Twitch could have that exact same thing. They can make it so, they can actually, more people could be able to check out higher resolution streams. People will be able to live stream a bit better. Right now, there's a giant delay on Twitch in between the live stream. And I'm not going to sit here and try and say, oh, well, YouTube has live streaming perfectly. You should just trust YouTube. Their live streaming is amazing. Because it's not. YouTube's live streaming is awful, and that's part of the reason Twitch is so big in the first place. But maybe with the more money, maybe with more Google server stuff, maybe it could be good. Maybe it could be good. There's a lot of people that are ready, just rest in peace Twitch, it could be the worst thing in the world. I'm randomly optimistic on this. I'm randomly thinking that this could actually be very good for Twitch, as long as YouTube doesn't mess around too much, and change it around. If they just leave it the way it is and just start sucking in the ad money, then maybe perform a little bit of maintenance and upkeep and try and make it so, the delay is not as bad on the stream anymore, or that when League of Legends has an event, it doesn't crash the entire website. If they just do those things, then we've got ourselves a good deal here and everyone's happy. Oh, did I mention partners? Could that be a thing? Could Twitch partners be a thing? So right now, as far as I'm aware, the only way to make money on Twitch for a streamer or a YouTuber is to get partnered directly with Twitch, where you have to average a certain amount of viewers every time you stream, all this, yeah. So let's say YouTube were to come in with places like Machinima and Fullscreen and Polaris, and I'm trying to think of all the other networks. What if networks were able to partner people on Twitch, therefore changing around the advertisements on Twitch to their companies, which could actually pay the the Twitch person better, rather than just having Twitch filler ads? They could actually have ads, ad deals that come in the way you'll see. There's premium ads and there's regular ads. There's Google filler ads, which are just there by Google. And then there's other times where you might see on a bunch of different videos that they're all promoting a certain movie or a certain game, and that is from the network. They sold that space of advertising to somebody, and now they're playing it on the videos of their partners, and that's the entire deal. The partners get paid a bit better for that, and it's just kind of a win-win for everybody. They kind of, other people come in and they start paying for advertising. Now that could be happening on Twitch as well. Then the Twitch streamer makes a bit more money, and Twitch themselves makes a bit more money, which in turn YouTube makes a bit more money, which in turn Google makes a bit more money. But at the end of the day, it could be pretty cool, and it could actually become easier for your typical streamer, your average Joe, to become partnered on Twitch. It's not too hard to get partnered on YouTube. There's so many small little companies out there, and I've said many times, don't ever just jump into a partnership with some random nobody network. You don't know what they're going to do. They're just going to steal a percentage of your money and provide nothing in return. That's an awful idea. You need to go with one of the big names. You need to go with a full screen. You need to go with a Machinima. You need to go with a Polaris. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Those are just the big three in my head. And maybe they will be able to go over and start partnering people on Twitch. So it could mean more people becoming partnered on Twitch. Because right now, it's tough to get partnered on Twitch. It really is. I can't get partnered on Twitch. I can't. I have a couple 100,000 subscribers and however many tens of millions of views here on my channel. I can't just go over to Twitch. I even tried it. There's a point where I was going to try and live stream a bit more and try and add that dynamic to my YouTube online gaming thing here, and I was gonna be like, hey, I'm a live stream over here to Twitch. I email Twitch, and I show them my channel, like, this is my channel, I want to come on over here, but I want to be partnered right away. You know, that's kind of the deal. And they said, nope, your channel's not big enough. I'm like, well, all right then. And so, not to like put anyone down, but like, if I can't go over there, and with the size of my YouTube channel, if I can't go over to Twitch and say, hey, can I just get partnered, you know, right away, no one else is gonna really be able to. I mean, of course, bigger YouTubers, but anyone smaller than me, they're not going to be able to. You're going to have to go there and you have to stream for months and 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 possibly years even, and try and get yourself enough viewership, enough followers on there to become partnered. So maybe if YouTube comes in, networks will come in, and this could be a good thing for the streamer and the viewer in terms of having Twitch itself actually being ran on like these mega servers and having more money being pumped into it that Twitch themselves just couldn't afford, but Google obviously can. It could be good. It could be good overall for Twitch, and those are my thoughts on the idea, the rumor of YouTube acquiring Twitch.tv. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserved. Let me know in the comments, is anyone out there, anybody out there, are you guys actually optimistic like I am? Now, the only thing I could really see going wrong with this, the only real issue, is will YouTube try to implement their content ID system to Twitch? And that could become an issue because you guys know the whole idea, oh, the copyright monster's coming, it's everywhere. That could be a whole thing. That could be a thing. Me personally, I've never been affected by copyright. Maybe Machinima's really good with this stuff, but apparently people that aren't partnered can have a bit of content ID issues. They can't post gameplay, and the whole idea of Twitch is that they don't need to have a partner to be able to post whatever games they want to play. They can all sit back, relax, play copyrighted music, play games that might not be allowed on YouTube or something. I'm not even sure how that whole thing's going to work. I think that might be the biggest issue of Twitch being taken over by YouTube, is will they implement this content ID system to kind of keep their noses clean, because everybody, and I repeat, everybody wants a piece of that Google money. Everybody. And so as soon as they find out, like, oh, look at this here, you have this guy with 5 viewers live streaming my game without my express written permission, Google, I'm about to take your ass to court. And it's a whole thing that they honestly do. That's a thing that honestly happens. We're going to have to see how that's going to have to work. We're going to have to see what the content ID system is going to be like. If it's anything like YouTube, it's probably going to be pretty good. Now, the idea of copyrighted music on live streams might have to go away. It might. I'm not sure. Of course, once again, we're still in the rumor phase of this entire ordeal between YouTube and Twitch.tv. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. Let me know in the comments. Are you guys optimistic like me, or are you guys just the glass half empty, this whole thing, it's awful, where Twitch is dying, it's all gonna just be bad? Are you that guy, or are you kind of like me, where you think this actually could be a pretty cool thing? You're just kind of interested to see how they're gonna go through with it. Let me know about that. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.